Today, we're going to look at the one and only armed conflict in Australian history where the enemy fought back. No, not the war in Vietnam or Afghanistan, but here at home against an avian adversary. I present to you the Great Emu War of 1932. The year is 1932. The place is Western Australia. The problem is emus, large flightless birds related to the ostrich that have been driven to the coast by drought and are now stampeding through farmers' fields, gobbling up their precious wheat crops. The farmers are understandably upset, so the government, in what might be the most reasonable response to an animal crisis in history, declares war on the birds and deploys soldiers to cull them. Okay, maybe not such a reasonable response when you consider they sent those soldiers into battle armed with Lewis's machine guns. Our boys open fire on the emus, who flee and regroup, splitting into smaller guerrilla-style groups that proved much harder to hit. After 9 days of shooting, the military had expended 9,860 rounds of ammunition, killing just 986 emus. That's a casualty rate of nearly 90%. Not good. And that's not even counting the cost of the crops the emus ate or the soldiers' dwindling mental health. Reports from the front line read like something out of Monty Python. One soldier wrote, "The shooting was very effective, but the birds showed a complete disregard for the bullets. So much so that at times we had to get down and crawl under the dead birds to get out of their way." Another said, "It was like shooting at pigeons in a fowl pen. They just did not care about the bullets. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen." So after 9 days of this, Parliament had to step in and call off the war, which in this case meant sending more soldiers to shoot more emus until all the emus were dead. But some say the real reason the war ended is because the emus retaliated. Yeah, really. Look, it's not like emus have hands. How could they hold weapons? And besides, it was Australia, not America. Why would they have guns? Well, it turns out emus don't need guns when they have the cuteness to distract you. Just look at these little guys. So cute. Wait, why is that soldier aiming his gun at me? Oh dear. Anyway, this conflict may not have been as evenly matched as your typical war, but that doesn't mean it wasn't any less real. In fact, if you want to see real footage of this conflict, well, I hate to break it to you, but that's real newsreel footage from 1932. And those emus, well, let's just say they were unscripted. You can watch more stories like this one on our site. Also, big thanks to our supporters. You rock. And thank you for watching.